Hello everyone and welcome to the official SWGT YouTube channel. My name is Rune. Today we're going to take a look at SWGT Update 6.27.1 through 6.29.0. But before we dive in, I just wanted to make mention that on December 2nd, SWGT has officially achieved 1,000 plus active Patreon subscribers between the guild and personal side. You know, it still surprises me how big SWGT has gotten over the years, and it just warms my heart to know that, what I've built is something that people value and use every single day. And actually, as of recording this video, SWGT currently has over 55,000 users, and it's rank 1 on Google for dozens and dozens of searches. It's just crazy. But in general, SWGT usage continues to grow month over month. So a big thank you to everyone who uses the platform, and a big thank you to all of the Patreon subscribers who constantly give feedback about the platform. SWGT wouldn't be where it is today without you. The first update today takes us over to the monster catalog, and I have gone through and merged all of the Tekken 8 and non-collaborative versions of the monsters, as I usually do. The platform has been migrated, so all the monsters that you have, if you have either or, they will show up with this converted icon. I'm still not a huge fan of how Comptos has implemented this. I have messaged them a number of times. I personally think that the monsters should just be a single unit. I think having duplicate monsters with the exact same skills and the exact same purpose and the exact same everything, except for the skin, doesn't make any sense. I think the collaboration units should just be a transmog. I think it's really a miss-site. But anyway, it is what it is. And so at this point, the monsters are now combined and they have been added. And speaking of that, I have gone through and added in the latest monster balance patch, which was a pretty big one. The majority of the balance patch was a whole bunch of skill effects, but of course we have obviously added in all of the new non-collaborative monsters too. So if you're interested in seeing all the balance patch notes and all of the overall statistics about it, you can go to the tools menu and you go to the balance patch menu item and you can see all this information. On the SWGT Free side, if you are a SWGT Free subscriber, if you go to Rune Details, I have modified these screens now to give you the icon. So you can now see a basic Rune preview. There is a section, of course, that shows that the Rune rank analysis is of course, available. So that way people know that there is, of course, more information available. I have gone through and done a similar change on the artifact details side. So if we go to artifacts, let's say we go to water, I have added a note here that there is more analytics available. Switching over to the SWGT personal side, if we go to account analytics and we go to monsters, if we go under one of my monsters, I have added an update here. So if you hover over the rune, you can see the usual analytics. But if you can click on the rune, it'll now launch the Rune rank analysis if you are a SWGT Personal Plus subscriber. And so while we're here, I have also added a rank and a value. So for example, based on the box and whisker graph, if you have a rune whose efficiency overall, or the max, in this case, the max potential of the rune is under the first whisker, then that really doesn't have any sort of value on your account, right? But the first section here would be, of course, little value. This next section would be some value, and then so on and so forth, all the way up to the top. And so as we look through this rune here specifically, you can see that some of my substats are an absolutely amazing value, but then some of them are of actual little value. So, it's up to you to make those decisions on whether your runes are valuable and whether you want to sell or keep them. I find that a lot of people are selling way too much. And I've talked with Shizo about this a few times. A lot of people are just specifically looking at the overall efficiency of runes. And so, a casual reminder that runes, especially for your DPS monsters, you can't grind crit rate and crit damage substats. So those runes are going to be less efficient by default. So just be careful about selling things too much. I think that this feature really helps players analyze, does this specific rune benefit my account? And so it gives you all of the tools to make your own decisions. I am firmly against, really any tool that is going to recommend or suggest you keep or sell. I would really caution anybody on using those. Again, back to the points. A lot of people are selling way too many runes that they actually could be keeping in order to actually benefit their account, and then sell off the things that they are, of course, replacing. While we're talking about the rune rank analysis, if you go to Rune Detail, on the Rune Detail feature, as well as on the account analytics and artifact detail feature, I have wired in, if you are a SWGT Personal Plus subscriber, you will automatically get the rune rank analysis automatically for all of the rune previews. The only spot specifically that doesn't show that would be under your recent runes. And then you can just click on this icon right here to launch your rune rank analysis. Switching over to the guild side, if we go to 3MDC and we go to pending approvals, I have added a brand new icon for delete all. And so I know some of you have very long lists of pending approvals, and I've had people reach out to me and say, hey, At this point, can I just clear whatever's out there and start fresh as far as the approvals go? Leave whatever I have in there, but then get rid of all these approvals because I have, 1,000 plus of them just sitting there waiting. So I did have somebody recommend on Discord if I add a delete all function and then confirm, of course, that I do want to delete it with a final warning icon, you can go through and basically bulk delete all pending defenses, counters, and strategies. So just be really, 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 really sure that you want to do this because it cannot be undone. And I'm not going to be restoring guild sites in order to recover your data. Also, while we're here on the guild sites, I have added in 2 new features into the guild menu. The first one is monster checklist. And so this feature allows guild leaders to define monsters and quantities of how many they want each player to build. So for example, you can see here on tractor, I have decided that I want to have a tractor built, 1 per player, and I can of course add notes as well. And so as we go back, you can see in general, this is the entire guild's status. So for the players that have uploaded their JSONs, I have a total of 10 tractors readily available in the guild. Based on all those notes, of course, that each player can go through and build them. Guild members is a different view that you can see as a whole. What is my overall compliance? If I take a look at myself, for example. So I have everything built except for a water homunculus. My homunculus is actually in the wind mode right now. So I can't obviously build that. And I do not have a Zeratu. So that's a nice easy way to see one player's individual statuses. But another function is under the My Monsters tab. So under My Monsters, I can actually look at my overall analysis very, very specifically. So each individual guild member can come into this screen and they can view their own status of kind of where they're at, and then how the notes of how the guild leader wants things to be built. So just a really nice feature that somebody had recommended on Discord. And the last update today, it takes us over to the guild menu and over to the battle registration. This was another idea on the SWGT Discord. And so this function is designed for guild leaders to just have a tool for planning. So these are all of my guild leaders. And then for Siege and for World Guild Battle, here is who I have currently registered. This is a manual tool. So if this person is registered, I just come in here and add in toggles. I do have, of course, notes here. So if you want to have somebody on vacation or they have to sit or whatever else, you can add your notes. And so as you go through and edit all of your guild members, you can see how many people should be registered for Siege and how many should be registered for World and Guild Battle. So 2 nice features on the SWGT Guild Plus side. So I hope all of you enjoy it. As always, if you have any comments or feedback, please submit them on Discord. And that's it for today. I just wanted to say thank you to all the Patreon members who subscribe to SWGT and to all the people that constantly give feedback about the platform. It's only through your support and efforts that SWGT is what it is today. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. We all make SWGT better together. And with that, don't forget to smash those like buttons and I'll see all of you on the battlefield.